Hi, we're back again with another episode of Spooky Stuff, number 7. And this is episode 2 of our Celebrity Spooky Stuff. In this episode we have Chance Michael Corbitt and Billy Drago. And Chance, when we saw him the second time at Famous Monsters, was like, where's my video? Where's the interview that you guys did? And we're like, we haven't put it up yet. So, as promised, we are posting the Chance Michael Corbitt Spooky Stuff interview next. And he's up first. I want to thank him again for being so wonderful. Even the second time around, they were all fantastic. I love the Lost Boys guys. They're wonderful. And this is my new favorite necklace, by the way. Go buy one.
Hi, my name's Chance Michael Corbitt, and my paranormal story or event happened when I was, I would say, early 20s, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and we were in an apartment in Los Angeles. I always felt in a certain room that there was energy, I guess. I don't know if that's the word. There's always something in there. I don't know if it was good or bad. I really didn't pay any mind, and there were certain things that would happen around midnight. Every night, something would be moved in my room. You know, a box fell off the top of my closet one time.
Were they all lightweight or heavy?
It was different. There was a lot of different things, and it didn't have like a negative energy, so I didn't really pay too much mind until it was probably about a week after that happened. I was laying in bed, you know, with my girlfriend at the time, and we heard just a slight rumble, and I used to have, I guess it was a headboard mirror, but I didn't have it, you know, at the end of my bed. I had it against the wall. And it started to rumble, and it was kind of awkward because there was nothing else. You know, we thought it was an earthquake, but there was nothing else shaking. Kind of looked around. I knew immediately kind of what it was, what I thought it was, and my girlfriend got up and she walked over and grabbed the mirror, and as soon as she grabbed the mirror, and we're on the top floor of this apartment building where there's nobody above us, it sounded like somebody ran across the roof. My hair stood up on the back of my neck, grabbed her, we bolted, and I forced my parents to move out of that apartment. Honest to goodness story, I never felt like that since, so that's my paranormal story, and it's good to shit out of it. Okay?
It gave me goosebumps too.
What's that?
I said that gave me goosebumps, you know, when you did that.
And it was absolutely true. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And none before, none after.
You know, slight things, but I kind of, nothing is relevant and is, you know what it is that kind of moment. So that's my one, you know, story. There's been other times that, you know, something felt good. You know, maybe it was my mom's presence or something. Yeah. So that kind of thing. But that was a scary one.
It seems like related just specifically to that location.
Yeah, because it didn't. I mean, we still lived in the same apartment building, but just we moved apartments, and it went away.
Did that make you want to find out if anything had happened at that apartment?
It did, and I knew the people who lived in it before. And I don't know how true this is, but she said she used to do the Ouija board, and she was really into witchcraft and this and that, but she said she never felt anything like that. It was the lady who lived in it before us, which I thought was weird because she still lived in the building, but in a different apartment too, so, you know, put two and two together, it makes sense.
Wow. That is kind of weird.
So, don't move to this apartment. I'm not going to give you a location.
Next up, we have Billy Drago, who we met for the first time at this past weekend at the Famous Monsters convention. And he was absolutely wonderful, so thank you very much, Billy, for being so sweet and so talkative. interviewed for a very lengthy time, and he told us many stories, some of which we will be posting at a future date, but not all of them.
I did. When I first moved to Los Angeles, they have a group of apartments there that are right above like Warner Brothers Studios and like that.
Yeah.
And when people are coming into work or that's where they stay up in those apartments because it's and a lot of the crew and people because you just go down the hill and you're at the studio. And I don't know the history of I rented one of the apartments, and honestly, it must have been every 2 or 3 nights I would be laying in my bed and I would kind of wake up and look, and there would be an elderly woman kind of in a dark shadow standing over the bed looking at me. And at first I thought somebody had come in the first time, and I said, "What are you doing? What?" And then and she just turned her back, and then she was gone. And after that, so I realized, there wasn't anybody here. But that wasn't the only occasion. It would happen. Sometimes it wouldn't happen for months, and then sometimes 2, 3 times in 1 week.
Same woman always?
Yeah, it was the same woman. I'd look up, and there would be this dark, kind of shadowy, elderly lady just standing over the bed, looking at me.
Did you ever find out who it was?
No, I never did find out who it was, because so many people have come through there, but they had a lot of elderly people who would stay there and watch, because they would bring their grandkids who were working as child actors back when the studios first started, and so they would either it would be a nanny or the grandmother or this other. I do know that there were a lot of child actors that had stayed in the apartment where I was living.
Maybe she was like the den mother or something.
That's it. Yeah, it could be, because she never was doing anything frightening to me or anything.
But it's still kind of creepy, though.
Yeah, well, it put an edge on many of my nights. I would tell you that. But she really never. I never felt threatened by her, except for the fact that but it's like in a sense, it's not just hypo kind of stuff. It's like, because Einstein, he said all energy, you never can destroy energy.
Right.
Energy is always there. It just changes form, or this and that. And all people we're just energy. Molecules running around and atoms.
That's what I've been telling him all along.
Yeah, all we are is energy, and so the energy kind of changes the form, and it doesn't leave or anything. So it's like so the energy of your energy, you have. That's what the camera, in a sense, is doing. It's just capturing your, the energy that's bouncing off of you. That's how cameras work. And so it makes logical sense to me that the energy sometimes will stay. Maybe for whatever reason, the energy stays there.
Yeah. Again, thank you both for allowing us to put the camera in your face and interview you. I always ramble. You can put that at the end of it, I ramble.
Yes, you do.
I have diarrhea of the mouth most of the time. What can I say? I have a lot to say. Even when I have nothing to say, I still have a lot to say.